All right, I got a great update for Bidu. Bidu is set up to test 198 to 205. The May 26 195 calls could be used, or the June 16 195 calls. I will explain some facts only in the video. I want to talk about something interesting. This morning I decided to exit out of the BABA, and also taking a look at Baidu. Baidu was looking kind of good, acting well, and it started to look interesting around the 10-15 area. Now the thing is that this was kind of had this kind of set up for the test move to the confirmation point. It's something else I look at. It's just another kind of trading style. We do use actually PowerTriggerTrade Shia was using the weekly call. So this is actually what happened. Basically, he got in earlier because he did not have a position in anything, and so he was very clear to enter into the Baidu. And he actually got into the May 26 192.5 calls, and then roll over to the 195, and then completely exited. Okay, this could be done with weekly calls when you have the right momentum, but this is not what this plan is about. I just wanted to tell you the story, and I'll show you I want to talk about the options when we get to that page. All right, so now what we want to look for is we want Baidu to break above 193 on some good action volume, and good action volume is 300 to 500K on a 10-minute chart. So, and if the volume isn't there, then I'm going to explain some facts in the video. So the thing is that if we can get the volume to the 193 area, it should start to move the stock, right? And one could use the May 26 195 calls. Now the thing with weekly options is, if you got to be quick with them, and you have to make decisions. It should be pretty smooth. But if we don't get that volume before engaging in these ones, okay, you can use the June 16. They cost more, but they're able to handle the chop better. I'm just going to talk about this because this is something that this requires sometimes where you're I can't like in a room to mention things and stuff. But anyways, what I'm looking for is this is at a key pivot point where at least the 198 should easily be able to be tested, because Baidu hasn't actually participated in the breakout like BABA did. BABA kind of broke out, and it could also continue going on. But I figured that the way the Baidu was set up, and if it could confirm, it would be an easier play than BABA. So then I exited that and went into the Baidu, did some May 26 192.5 calls, and they did very well. But we exited because I knew that Baidu is more set up as an entry play. Like right now, we are at a key pivot point. So the question is, can we confirm, or do they need to chop it? Okay. So again, if we don't get the volume here, one could look for basic of 193, look for power towards 194 to engage in the calls. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to be focusing on Baidu tomorrow. Anyways, it looks really solid, especially Visa as well. All right, so here we are at the Yahoo Finance, and here Baidu trade closed at 191.69, up $2, wow, almost $3. But let me talk quickly about these May 26 options. May 26 options here. As you can see, the 192.5 calls closed at 196, but PowerTriggerTrade Shia actually entered them at about $1, 1.05. Actually, his entry exactly was about $1, 1.15. But these options hit a high of about 3 points today. Okay, but again, with weekly options, and when you're at a key setup point and volume wasn't really there, it did kind of break out. I was considering that this would be a breakout bar, and that's what I consider. And this is what happened. Within one of our rules, the exiting price was about 2.5. Okay, so there was some good gains in these 192. He also rolled into some of these, but exited this all in anticipation for the confirmation breakout, because in case it doesn't move, these options are going to lose more value. Okay, they're weekly. Now, that being said, so the right now, just to have it, the 195s are trading at about 195. May 26 are trading around about, we'll say, $1. Okay. These did trade very well, very tight spreads. They must have opened them up at the end of the day. Let's also take a look at the June. All right, so here we're with the June calls here, the June 16 calls, and The 195s, okay, they're more expensive, okay. Um, again, if somebody wants to use the 200s, okay, in anticipation of this getting to this level close, this still make a lot of money. So the 195s cost about 3.40. Now, the reason why is that in theory, if these won't make as much money um, as the weeklies, as quickly as the weeklies. Actually, they actually they actually might, but these will make more money in terms of you're able to hold a bit of chop, whereas with the weeklies you may not be. And again, it's hard to say until we see the action tomorrow. So keep in mind the different strategies you might like to use. Okay, the night 195 calls or the the 197, you can see not much action here. They seems like it's neither you got to use the 195 to the 200s. The 200s are trading very well. Honestly, this is set up. Baidu is set up to pop to those levels, and it's a good chance it will. So it doesn't matter what you choose. To be honest with you, one could use the 200 calls, which could handle chop more on anticipation and a higher probability that they're going to take it to this level. Okay, so keep this in mind. You got the 200s, you got the 195s, and again, Baidu. The one thing I like, unlike the Baba move, which was a little bit more tricky, Baidu hasn't really moved yet. They haven't moved it yet, and it's been giving strong action, and it's actually been trading easier and better. It was easier to make money in it. But anyways, so let's keep it. Let's keep all those factors. So we have all these different levels in the plan here. All right, people. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, Power Target Trades, I suggest you subscribe. See the sign of Power Trigger Trade is going to appear here in a circle format. Simply click on it. It's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. I make a lot of great plans, people. Confirmations, case study, the videos. This has a lot of great information, and the videos have a lot of great information. Sometimes there are plans that trigger at different times of the day, and if you're properly prepared, you could enter them. Like BlackBerry did very well, and some people entered that very well. I didn't focus on the BBRY trade, but according exactly to what I said, it did exactly what I said, and it was at a key pivot point, and they did create about 100% gains in the options as well, depending on which options you bought. Solid move. And this is how it is, people. Solid setups majority of the time are going to do well. Then you're going to have times in the market you have some crazy action. But anyways, people, thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.